My name is Andrew Royer. I'm 46, and it's good to be out.
I first learned about Andy because my mother called me and told me that she had seen that Andy was being charged on TV.
It was the day after Thanksgiving in 2002 when 94-year-old Helen Saylor was found dead in this high-rise apartment building in Elkhart.
Andy Royer was convicted and sent to prison for strangling a 94-year-old woman.
I had a message on my answer machine from Andy saying that whatever I heard was not the truth. It broke my heart. I really believed that I would never see him out of jail again.
I do remember reading an article about Andy's case in the Indianapolis Star. I believe I was at the office. Over the course of 72 hours, I was able to get my hands on the trial transcripts and the digest. And I remember reading Andy's entire trial and the appellate record. Certainly Andy's case basically had all the hallmarks of a wrongful conviction. There was an interrogation that wasn't recorded. There was a person who was incredibly vulnerable, who had the mind of a child. There was evidence that was withheld from the defense. There was junk science, prosecutorial misconduct, and police misconduct. And it just so clearly resulted in the wrongful conviction of Andy Royer.
The mission of the Exoneration Justice Clinic is to correct the miscarriage of justice, specifically by investigating and litigating wrongful conviction cases. We have staff lawyers, we have administrative staff. We're aided by 12 law students every semester.
When we accept a client, we don't just raise legal challenges to their convictions. We reinvestigate the case top to bottom.
Looking through documents, looking through transcripts, talking to witnesses, looking at crime scenes, all the legwork that needs to be done before we can actually bring a case before the court.
At the evidentiary hearing, we completely dismantled the state's case. We more than demonstrated that the state's case was manufactured all along and that Andy Royer is an innocent man.
I was able to put on 2 witnesses. It was the best experience of my life, especially as a law student, where again, you're taught all these things in theory, and finally you get the opportunity to be a lawyer, and not just be a lawyer, but be a lawyer for someone who really needs it and who is actually counting on you.
Felt like my life was starting all over again. I was overwhelmed. I was just so full of joy.
We went down there and was there when he walked out the door, and that was a feeling that I just cannot explain. The wonderful feeling having Andy walk out of that door and know that he was free. And it was all because of Notre Dame and Elliot and everybody that worked so hard to get him there.
There's no greater injustice than for the state to deprive someone of his life or liberty for a crime that he did not commit. Tragically, in the United States since 1989, there have been more than 2,900 individuals that have been exonerated, that were incarcerated in some cases for decades for crimes that they did not commit.
Notre Dame, as a Catholic institution, is committed to helping those who are wrongfully convicted. We are here fighting for those who have no one else to fight for them. And we want those who are putting prisoners in prison wrongfully to know that if you're going to engage in wrongful convictions, then we're coming for you.
So the Exoneration Justice Clinic provided me with a very specific image of what being a zealous advocate looks like for people who don't have a voice for themselves.
Notre Dame promotes itself as a law school that is training a different kind of lawyer. And for me, a different kind of lawyer is a lawyer who is not simply focused on a prestigious job working for a big law firm, but instead a lawyer that is committed to taking the training and the education that you've received in law school and using that to make a difference, to be a force for good. And that's what we're doing at the Exoneration Justice Clinic.